The second you realize how your mind operates, you're going to be more in control of your current situation, bridge the gap, and get over to your desired situation. This is Mekus with the Continence Club, following up from the video I just posted on the mind. You can check that out in my previous video. I'll also put the link to that in the description. Let me know if you also need additional video topics. I will make videos on that, as well as if you want to work with me one-on-one. All the information you need is in the description. Now let's get right to it and demonstrate today. Again, this video is about how your mind operates, and I'm going to start off this video by letting you know that in this presentation is going to be divided by talking about your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And once you know how both of these work, you're going to be that much closer to your desired situation. And many have found the world without, but few have found the world within. And you're one of the few that found the world within. And to make this video a lot simpler, I'm going to break down the conscious mind and then move over to the subconscious mind. So when we talk about your conscious mind, right, it's subjective, right? So meaning that, this really deals more with outward objects, and your conscious mind really works in tandem with your five physical senses, touch, taste, hearing, feeling, all of those senses, the five senses is usually what works with your conscious mind. And it also deals with impressions and, like I said, the outward objects of life. So here is where you can reason. The conscious mind is the reason why you have the ability to do that. And this ability can be developed to get you out of your current situation. So you could be able to put together that exit plan, and you could put together how you want to maneuver your current situation. That's due to the power of your conscious mind. And so once you can consciously direct your thoughts, once you control your thoughts, like I'm trying to get you to on this channel, right? Especially if you work with me, you're going to set and force the universal mind, which is governed by natural law, the law of attraction. That's what we call the law of attraction, right? That natural law, your birthright. And so this is why it's your ultimate duty to control your mind and remove yourself from your current situation so that you can leverage the law of attraction, natural law, and you can use it to your advantage, right? To get you to your desired situation. The reason why you're in your current situation is you haven't really put to good use your conscious mind. Your power of reasoning is that in which is keeping you stuck. Your reasoning isn't getting you to where you need to be, right? And so you got to understand that in this process from your current to your desired situation, your mind is the master weaver, both of the interior garment of character and the outer garment of circumstance. So essentially all that really means is, to put it simply, is that it's all on you. Your mind is going to dictate your character, how you feel about yourself. I talk about it in my videos, your feeling states, right? And how you feel on the inside is how you're going to experience your life on the outside. And so to talk about the conscious mind a little bit, remember, the power of reasoning lies here, and it impresses the subconscious mind, which I'm about to talk to you about in a second in this presentation. And then it's also a huge part of your reasoning will, right? And so stepping into the other half of this video, and when I talk about your subconscious mind, I know you hear this a lot, and this is very important for you to understand, as it relates to your mind, because your subconscious mind is literally the reason why you experience what you experience. You go through what you're going through. Your world is the way that it is. It's literally where everything happens without you knowing. And so your subconscious mind is really subjective mind. It's your internal power. And this makes your physical life possible. And it works 24/7. It's omnipresent. It doesn't take any breaks, right? It doesn't rest, And so your subconscious mind brings in everything from the spiritual into the physical. So everything that you can't see, your paradigm, your character, who you are, your imagination, all of these things come from your subconscious mind. And once you harness that and you know how it works and you're able to impress it, that's literally, you could say, almost like a portal, from the unseen to the seen. And so this is where your desired situation comes from. It's formed by your subconscious mind. That's the seed. It's where it comes from. and it comes into physical existence from your subconscious mind. That's why, again, I have to emphasize, and I know I sound like a broken record, that's why it's important to control your mindset, to shift your mindset, right? We're living in a time where so many people, and you know this too from personal experience, I'm sure you know this, a lot of people like to think the same and do the same things. Not that it's necessarily wrong, but a lot of times it doesn't get people anywhere. Look at you and where you're at right now. The reason being is because you've been doing what everybody else is doing. I knew that's how it was in my life. And so you're separating yourself now. And so, the fear, worry, lack, limitation, and evil of all kinds can dominate you if left unguarded by your subconscious mind. And this is what you're trying to move away from. You're trying to move away from that limiting mindset. That's why it's important to guard the subconscious mind from false impressions. You want to be the one, you want to be the puppet master. You want to be the one that's in control of your mind 24/7. You don't want your mind to drift off. You really want to be the one in the pilot seat. It's true that by stating to the subconscious mind the accomplishment of your desired situation, forces are set in motion that lead to it. And I talk about this all the time, living from the end, the law of assumption, working from your desired situation. Because when you do that, you're going to set into forces, people, places, experiences, all of these things that are going to put you in alignment to get what it is that you want in your heart, that's deep down in your soul. So when you trust your subconscious mind with controlled thoughts, you'll find that things work in your favor immeasurably. And this is something I definitely can guarantee you that I've seen in my personal life as well. When trust that gap, trust the process, trust your subconscious mind, because you've really engineered it to think the way that you want, you'll be surprised about what happens, and you'll be surprised about how fast it happens, especially with how fast time is moving these days. I'm telling you, it's like, you can really make things happen to your favor a lot quicker than you think, but it's all going to fall back on your power of focus and attention. And so talking a little bit more about the subconscious mind, we know this is where your instinctive desire is, right? That thing that's deep inside of your heart, right? That move that you want to make, right? That next step you want to take, you know what I mean? That thing that you wake up every day, you think about it before you go to sleep, that thing that you keep putting off until tomorrow, that instinctive desire is there for a reason. It's the result of past reasoning will, right? That I talked about with your conscious mind. And it never sleeps. It rests any more than your heart beats and your heart pumps, right? Your paradigm is here. Your principles are here. Your aspirations are here. Your concept of self is here, right? I talk about concept of self. Who are you? Who do you want to become? Because your subconscious mind is reflecting that in your reality. The more you're able to control your mind, you're able to control your concept of self. And once you're able to control your concept of self, it's going to change the way other people look at you, because you see yourself in a different way. So the seed of habit through counter suggestion and repetition lies in the subconscious mind. I know you've heard of things like affirmations. It's all because it's all a meaning of impressing your subconscious mind, because the more and more and more you drill it into your head, certain ways that you think about yourself, how you talk to you about yourself, that's what's going to be reflected in your external world. That's what's going to be reflected in your new desired situation, and the gap as you bridge it from your current situation. And your subconscious mind, it guides you, it warns you, and is the seat of memory. And so the thing is, your subconscious mind brings you your results through its connection with the universal mind. Get this aligned, and your desired situation will get aligned. And so once you put your conscious mind and your subconscious mind together, and you apply it towards your day-to-day life, you're going to find that life is really easy once you just gain control of your mind. Don't lose your mind, because if you lose your mind, you're essentially going to lose yourself in your own situation in life. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My email's in the description if you have any more video requests, or if you just want to talk, or if you want to work with me one-on-one. With that being said, I will see you on the other side, and until next time.